What are you buying? What are you selling? What are you selling, huh? What are you buying? I'll buy it at a high price. What are you buying? That's not how he sounds, is it? That's not how he sounds.
If you've been following the channel for a while now, then you know that this is a dream come true for me. So let's jump on into this review. Resident Evil 4 is a game I hold near and dear to my heart. It's on my short list of favorite games of all time. I was ecstatic when I heard it was coming to Nintendo Switch as the first ever portable version of the classic. Well, not including that awful iOS port. After spending a hefty amount of time with this port, I'm happy to say that the game is still amazing as it ever was, despite being the same carbon copy port we've received the last couple console generations. There's no sense in me telling you just how amazing Resident Evil 4 is in this review, as I'm sure most of you know by now that it's a must-play game. My guess is that if you're watching this, you want to know how the game holds up on Nintendo Switch. Let's jump in. Resident Evil 4 was originally aiming for realism when it released in 2005 on the Nintendo GameCube, so as you can expect, the graphics didn't age wonderfully. However, given the game is almost 15 years old, it doesn't look too shabby. Capcom seriously pushed the GameCube to its limits, offering impressive particle effects, explosive set pieces, and cinematic cutscenes. Not only that, but they went over and above with its hauntingly beautiful sound design and musical score. And I just realized it's going to be really hard not telling you just how good this game is in this review. Seriously, it's so damn good. Resident Evil 4 for Switch brings the game to HD for the 6th time, and sadly the same old porting job is starting to get a little tiring. Unfortunately, the Nintendo Switch port doesn't bring anything significantly different to the table. In other words, if you're like me and played the game on Xbox 360 or PS4, then you know what you're getting. To my surprise, however, the Switch version comes packed with in-game achievements, but unfortunately it's Capcom's same old poor attempt at achievements and trophies that comes with it. That's right, it's the same terrible achievement and trophy list from the PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, and Xbox One versions. I always took issue with Resident Evil 4's trophies on other platforms because there's so many cool tasks that Capcom could have chose to give us, but instead we're given extremely basic goals. It would have been awesome to have trophies like play the game only using one gun, shoot 30 people in the head in a row, or hell, kill 50 enemies using only a knife. There's a boatload of things Capcom could have done to make this a unique experience, but instead it's the extremely boring complete the campaign, collect all the guns, the same stuff we're used to. This mainly gets under my skin because this is the port Capcom could have given us something significantly different with very little time or development cost. Which leads me to my other complaint, the lack of motion controls. Resident Evil 4 came to the Nintendo Wii packing intuitive motion controls that many today still feel is the definitive way to play the game, making Resident Evil 4's tank controls feel more modern and quite frankly more fun. I was hoping to see this function in the Switch version given it's in the game's history on a Nintendo platform and it was so greatly received. It just seems nonsensical to leave out a control scheme that convinced over 2 million people to buy the game on Wii. It seems that, on all accounts, Capcom really took the easy way out with this port. But, at the end of the day, it's extremely hard to complain about Resident Evil 4, as it comes packed with so much already. In case you were unsure, this is the full Resident Evil 4 package, including the base campaign, Assignment Ada, the Mercenaries mode, along with Ada's Separate Ways campaign. And now you'll see a little achievements area in the menu. Now in terms of portable mode, the game looks excellent sized down on the Switch's screen. It's a bit surreal getting a game of this magnitude on the go. However, I did notice that the graphics would become ever so slightly less detailed when undocked, and I'm not quite sure why this is. The game isn't pushing the hardware by any stretch, as it's originally a GameCube game, but who knows, maybe the game will receive a day one patch to get the portable mode looking as good as docked mode. But at the end of the day, it still looks wonderful on the Switch's screen when playing on the go, and you can hardly tell a difference unless you're comparing the two side by side. Resident Evil 4 has become probably one of the most ported games of all time, originating as a GameCube exclusive, then making its way to PS2, iOS, Xbox 360, PS3, Xbox One, PS4, PC, and now Nintendo Switch. There are very few games that deserve being in the limelight as much as Resident Evil 4 has, but honestly, it's so good that it deserves it. I only wish Capcom would have went the extra mile with this port. My closing thoughts are this: if you missed Resident Evil 4 over the last 15 years, don't wait any longer to play this gem. Even in 2019, I find myself engrossed in RE4's dark, uneasy setting, its addictive gun progression, and incredible action horror gameplay. It's a game that changed the action-adventure genre forever, and for the most part, it still stands the test of time. Thanks a lot for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you're interested, and maybe even that notifications bell if you're feeling generous. I'll talk to you guys later.
Oh, you pervert!